If you're going to go out and have a tropical cocktail in Los Angeles, where do you go?
Down the stairs in my basement.
Aloha, folks. Where are we? What is this? This isn't the Breezeway. This is not the Breezeway. A buddy of mine named Alan Smart reached out to me on Instagram and said, hey, dude, now that everything's getting kind of back to normal, why don't you come and do a show from my home bar? So we are in Echo Park in Los Angeles in a 1930s home, damn near just one of the best home tiki bars I've ever been in. Everything is 40s, 50s, 60s, very well put together. It's such a great traditional tiki bar thing that he has going on here. I do want to thank everybody for buying the glassware. So we re-released all of the Mai Tai glasses and the zombie glasses, and in just one day, over 300 glasses sold like that. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And I guess now would be a good time to bring on Alan. So Alan, come on the show.
Hey, Spike.
Hi. So Alan Smart, this is welcome to your bar.
Thank you very much.
I think that you have one of the best home tiki bars I've ever been to in my life.
Wow, thank you very much.
Certainly. I think that you are so well versed in the idea of traditional tiki, 40s through 60s. It's just, this would be a dream bar to go to if you could go to this kind of thing all the time as a commercial bar.
Well, thank you. I think commercial bars can't really be like this, though, because people would just wreck everything.
You're probably right. Yeah, there's a lot of incredible artwork and a lot of delicate things. So yeah, you're probably right. There are layers and layers to this bar, like just like any good tiki bar should have. There's matting and there's artwork and then there's hanging things, all kinds of stuff. When did you start building this bar?
Well, we collected stuff for it for about 10 years at swap meets and antique stores and stuff like that, because Michael and I have always loved Hawaiiana and this kind of stuff. And so we collected stuff for about 10 years. And we started building in 2006.
Okay.
It took us about 4 months to do the bulk of the work on it. And ever since then, we've been adding stuff that we find to it, and now there's no room for anything else.
So I was going to ask you, do you ever get bummed out that you are probably at capacity now?
Yeah, I mean, I have actually bought some stuff for the tiki bar.
And so I'm like, there's no room for anything, and then I go, I could buy that.
Yeah, because it's something you like so much, and I bring it home, and it's like, oh, well, that kind of blocks all this stuff, you know, and I didn't have any room for it. So.
Oh, that's too bad. I know. I'm the same way with the Breezeway. I love the stuff so much that I just keep collecting it, and you can't help but want to buy more and more. And, you know, that's the problem with me with like 50s lamps too. I want all of the lamps, like all of the fiberglass lampshades. And, but you only really need like 3.
I think I have a couple if you want.
Totally do.
But we would always joke that the tiki bar is 97% finished. Mm-hmm. But I think it's finished now, pretty much.
Yeah, the joke's always like a tiki bar's never finished.
Yeah.
But I think yours might be finished. And I think the Breezeway might be finished too. I don't know. Oh, okay.
Do you know what halikihiki means? It means Tahitian room in Hawaiian.
Oh, Tahitian room in Hawaiian.
Yeah.
See, and that, which is like the perfect amalgamation of cultures too. It's like Hawaiian, it's Tahitian, it's Polynesian, it's Pacific Island. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was going to say that the theming doesn't end here in the halikihiki. His house is from what, 1930?
Yep.
1930.
Spanish style.
Spanish style. A lot of incredible Western details, like vintage Western stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Spanish and Western, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, just an absolute dream home in the Echo Park Hills, and it is such a treat to be invited here. But we're gonna make a cocktail, right?
Apparently, yes.
We tried to confer about what we wanted to make for the cocktail, and for me, the pre-tiki era was really just as important as the heyday of tiki, and especially in Los Angeles. I was talking to Leroy Schmaltz at Oceanic Arts one time, and he said that Clifton's was one of the big inspirations for them to want to start this business of creating oceanic art.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he told me that he had walked past the Pacific Seas version of the Clifton's buildings and just saw...
When was that built?
I think that was 30s or 40 or 30s or 40s. They had these big, beautiful pink neon palm trees inside this building and all kinds of bamboo. It was just such a new thing for Los Angeles at the time. So there's a cocktail from the Coconut Grove in the Ambassador Hotel in the 1940s called what's it called?
The Coconut Grove?
Yeah, it's called the Coconut Grove, and it's a cocktail that we're gonna make tonight right here at the Halakahiki. So for this cocktail, we will be using limes, orange curacao, coconut cream, and light rum. We're gonna be using the Cagna Brava.
I like this stuff.
See? So this cocktail was served at the Coconut Grove nightclub. It was opened in 1921. It was decorated with big fake palm trees and probably just one of the most incredible dining, dancing experiences. 1,000-seat club.
It looked really amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's such a shame that we can't go back to those places, but we can travel there via this cocktail. So,
sounds good.
Yeah, totally does. Let's start by cutting a lime in half. Where are you going? Okay, so we will cut one lime in half. You get the like the super fancy jiggers here. You can still say that, right?
I don't normally do it this way, like right into the jigger.
Oh, what do you normally do?
Well, I squeeze lime first.
Like into a cup?
Into a little bottle.
Oh.
And then, so that's not quite. These are really dry lime.
Well, it's the beginning of the lime season, so I can tell
Is that why they're dry?
Yeah, it seems like it. All the ones at the store are hard, and then the ones on my tree don't exist. You get it?
Half ounce. What? I wasn't listening.
That's it. You want to make it into this thing?
Sure.
Okay.
I wonder if I should get more ice.
Oh, wait, is your ice bucket is a diver's helmet?
Yeah. You haven't seen these before?
Look at this!
You haven't seen these?
No, dude, no, nobody's seen that.
They're not that rare, really. So.
Not that rare. Like I think I'm pretty hip to all like the vintage stuff. I've never seen a diver's helmet ice bucket before. That's so rad. By the way, how's this volcano doing?
The whole reason I have an ice bucket is because of you. Because it is.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm such an influencer.
You are. I would keep ice in a ice chest below the bar.
Yeah.
And I just get ice and water everywhere. Like,
oh yeah.
So I was like, I think an ice bucket is a good idea.
I'm still appalled that I've never seen this thing ever before in my life.
Yeah. They're out there.
I'm not letting you play it off like it's some kind of common ice bucket. Nobody's ever seen that ever.
Yes.
Okay, let's pour the 1 ounce of lime juice into the blender thing. What do you call it? Blender thing.
Yeah, blender. We don't need the same one, right?
No. Next is 1/2 ounce of Coconut Lopez or coconut cream. I guess that's one of these things.
Well, that's double?
This actually makes 2 cocktails.
So 1/2 ounce for 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a half?
No.
This is a half?
Yes. Really easy. This is 1 ounce, 2 ounces, 1/2 ounce, 1.5 ounce.
Oh, and then what? That's like a quarter.
That's a quarter, 3/4. It's pretty simple.
It's super simple. Not as simple as my one little thing that has all the markings on it. This just looks way more professional. Okay, so for this cocktail, we will be using 1/2 ounce of coconut cream for 2 drinks. And you say you never use this stuff?
No, I usually just use regular coconut cream or coconut milk.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this stuff's pretty gross, but it's also like pretty good.
Yeah, it looks kind of gross. Does it get stuck in there? Do we have to use a spoon to get it out of there?
Yeah, a spoon usually helps. Also, with the one that I use, I start filling it up with rum and stuff. Yeah, and it just washes it out. But
is that good enough?
I think that's good enough. Yeah.
All right. I think it's pretty easy.
Yeah. So far, so easy. 1/2 ounce of orange curacao. So I guess we'll get your.
You want the dry curacao?
Yeah. I like that stuff. You like that stuff?
Oh, I really like it. Yeah. So 1/2 ounce for 2 drinks?
Yep. So that'll help get the rest of that coconut goo out also.
Oh, yeah.
2 ounces of light rum. What does this stuff smell like?
It smells pretty good, actually.
Oh, yeah, kind of floral. Yeah, it doesn't smell like a harsh rum at all. So 2 ounces of this. Now this is going to be served in a coupe, and that's why it's kind of small proportions for 2 people, and also only 2 ounces of rum for 2 people. So this isn't a cocktail that's going to kill you.
So
okay.
Now ice.
Oh yeah. Okay. So this is one of those cocktails where they mention how much ice we want to use.
Is this 1/2 of a cup of ice? This little scoop?
I don't know. It's not a professional bartender.
Me either.
So this calls for 1 cup of ice. So you want to use a certain amount, the certain amount that they call for because they want it to be a certain consistency.
Is it blended until it's totally smooth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, this is kind of an atypical cocktail, tiki cocktail, I should say.
I don't know if that's half a cup.
We could do 8 ounces of ice. Can you do that? What's the big one over there? 2? Can you fill that up 4 times?
Sure.
Do you feel like that? Do you feel like we're not doing it right?
Whoops.
This kind of thing, I would usually use a measuring cup, but I think that'll work.
Yeah, with these blended drinks, if you don't get the ice right, it'll either be too icy or
too watery. Yeah. It's a very particular thing. So this is the last one, right?
Yep.
So there's the cocktail. Now we're gonna take this thing and we're gonna blend it. By the way, I'm running out of Hawaiian shirts quickly. This is like one of the last ones I have, and we're quickly approaching the 50th episode. So I didn't want to cheat and not wear something the same again. But this is shockingly tight on me, and it's very uncomfortable. I hope you all appreciate that.
I offered to let you use one of my Hawaiian shirts.
We're gonna have to show a picture of your closet. Your closet is obscene. All right, so we're gonna take this now and we are going to blend it.
You want to put that on this?
Probably. This is one of the rare cocktails that they want you to blend the ice all the way into the cocktail. So not just mix it and chill it, turn it into like a full slushy. And they say 30 seconds. The longest blending we've ever done. All right, so that was 30 seconds. Now you have some special glassware we're gonna use, right?
Yes.
What is it?
I can't find it.
Okay. This is already feeling like too little of a cocktail, isn't it? Oh.
Well, I wonder if it was blended enough.
Oh, do you think there's still so many ice chips on?
Yeah, but it's probably all right.
Yeah, I think so. I think that looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So, from the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles, California, from the Coconut Grove in the 1940s, this is the Coconut Grove. Cheers.
Cheers.
Have you ever had this before?
This drink?
Yeah.
No.
Me neither. Oh.
It's really good.
Yeah. Tangy from the rum, but smooth from the coconut stuff, right?
Yeah, it kind of tastes vanilla-y. Is that from the coconut?
Yeah.
Stuff?
Yeah, maybe so. You're right, we probably could have blended it a little bit longer. Like there's some ice chips. Or maybe we could have double strained it.
Yeah.
But it's not a smoothie. I thought it was gonna be more of like a smoothie kind of thing. It's just kind of like watery, but not in a bad way. Like
I think it's really good.
I think it's really good too. Yeah, it's thinner than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be kind of a thicker smoothie kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's really good. And you can also taste the lime too. There's a lime presence. So what can you tell me about the glassware?
Well, they're from the 30s, and they kind of have a pineapple-y design. And apparently they're from Pukeberg, Sweden.
Pukeberg?
I'm sure it's probably pronounced differently than that.
But it's like P-U-K-E Berg, right?
Yes.
That's a shame.
Yeah. They're 1930s glasses. They're kind of neat looking.
Yeah, they're incredible, and they go so well with your home and your whole design aesthetic and everything. I just love it when people go the distance to make everything era correct. Right. So you said that you've been in this house for about 20 years now? Is that what I heard?
It's really good.
It's really good.
I bought it in 1993.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, walking into your house is a bit of a time warp, like into an old movie.
Yeah, well, my partner Michael and I like old things.
Yeah, me too. I think Deke said that in his interview with me. He's like, yeah, well, I like old things. And I'm like, yeah, I know, me too. I think that's what's so great about the Tiki community is that most of us come from that world of really appreciating the past. I mean, there are other people from the Tiki world who come to it from different directions. But a lot of us that got
Drinking.
drinking, Star Wars. But there are those of us who came into it through alternative cultures like rockabilly or swing or even punk rock or whatever. But a lot of genres who like the past. I don't know if the punk rock thing really applies, but the other musical genres I think do.
Yeah, I just think things were designed so beautifully in the old days, you know.
Yeah, I think
less so today.
Yeah, I think it's because it's easier to design today. It's easier for everybody to design. You don't have to be an incredible artist. You just have to know how to work a computer. I'm even implicating myself in that because it's so easy to churn something out when back in the day, I hate saying back in the day too, but back in the old times, you would have to actually paint something or be a truly skilled artist.
It seemed like people maybe got better training in the old days too. Like,
yeah.
There were better schools for learning.
Yeah. And less distractions probably too.
iPhones.
I know. When did you get into Tiki?
Well, pretty much when we started building this bar. I've always been a fan of Disneyland, and I like the Tiki Room, and I love Hawaii. And
but you did say that you went to the first Tiki Oasis.
Yep.
In Palm Springs.
Palm Springs. It was very hot. The pool was like, I don't know, 110 degrees or something.
Oh my God. Yeah. I think I went to the third one, and then I think I played the fourth one in Palm Springs. But that was such a magical time for Tiki, and we were all discovering all kinds of things at the same time on Tiki Central. And
yeah, I mean, it was weird when we were building this Tiki bar, we had no idea that anyone else was into Tiki, you know. And I mean, we were aware of Sven's Book of Tiki. So, I mean, I guess that should have been a clue that other people were into it. But we just kind of built this Tiki bar, not really knowing there was anybody else into it.
Yeah, and for those of you who are watching who don't know who Sven is or what the Book of Tiki is, it was really the book that broke everything wide open for everybody in like the late 90s. It was this book that was produced by Taschen. It was very much a historical book about this culture that was kind of forgotten, but then also it was kind of a blueprint for those of us who wanted to create art or music or our own Tiki spaces, kind of the path to travel. I'll take that. So being here in Los Angeles was ground zero for a lot of incredible Tiki bars. And I would imagine that you got to see a lot of the ones that have since closed down. Do you have a favorite Tiki bar that has closed down in Los Angeles?
Well, I did get to go to Kelbo's. And that's pretty incredible. That was pretty incredible.
What was the decor like?
Lots of fish floats, tikis. I mean, that's kind of what we were trying to go for, that kind of a look with our Tiki bar.
Yeah.
The hookahs that closed down a few years ago.
Yeah, that was a sad one, for sure.
This parrot's from the hookahs.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. They used to have these littered all over the ceiling.
Yeah.
When they were closing, they were selling off some of the stuff, and Tiki Tony bought one of those, and I'm like, what do you want that for? Yeah. But then I was like, wow, it is really cool, like with the light in it, because none of them they all had lights in originally.
But they had all burned out or something?
Yeah, they didn't have lights in them. And with the lights off, they don't look very special.
Yeah, they're kind of a bummer when they're not. Yeah, but that looks so cool.
Yeah.
And it's such a funny thing, we were discussing it earlier off camera, is that there are certain things in my bar, in his bar, that you wouldn't necessarily consider traditional Tiki. Like parrots are kind of not Tiki, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but they are tropical, so they kind of fit in that world. They're kind of South American.
I think, were these bottles, I think? Originally,
were they really?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Like you can screw his tail off or something?
Well, I think where the light goes in, I don't know. I don't know what they were.
Yeah, I don't know either, but it's super cool. And I have those things in my bar too at home where it's like, it kind of skirts the edges, but it was from the Bahuka. It's still part of the vintage Tiki world, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right. There was another rule that you said you broke by having a surfboard in the bar.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because
that I found out later was not really
not allowed.
Tiki, not a tiki bar thing, but.
And of course, like I have to make a disclaimer here because I'm sure people in the comments are going to be like, "Oh, put whatever you want in a tiki bar," and it's yeah, of course, do whatever you want to do. There's just kind of a mindset about vintage tiki bars about what should or shouldn't be in there. Now, the interesting thing about Alan's surfboard that he has in here is it's not like a brand new white surfboard. It's like a 50s square tail block longboard that's like an olive color almost. So from Caton, and actually Caton was right next to Sam's Seafood in Sunset Beach. So it's
we put a Caton sticker on it.
Oh.
But I saw an old record cover, I think, that had this guy running with a surfboard and it said Surf Shop Rental on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, have you seen that?
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of funny. So we painted Surf Shop Rental on the surfboard.
Is that what's on there?
Yeah.
That's rad. But everything in here looks so well curated. It looks like it's supposed to go, and it looks so era correct. And honestly, it's such a treat to be able to come into your home bar and really experience in my opinion, one of the best home tiki bars I've seen.
Thank you.
Also, you said that there is a friend of ours who helped build a lot of this.
Yes. Are you talking about Tiki Tony?
Yeah. Yeah, Tiki Tony's an incredible artist, incredible carver, and also just an incredible creative. But he carved a lot of your stuff, right? A lot of decor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine, John Bach, he's a folk artist. He did the interiors of some of the House of Blues.
Oh.
He did the rattan on the front of the bar and did the bar top. This is rusty tin cans on the edge of the bar top.
No way.
Uh-huh.
What, that you flattened out?
Yep. So he had a...
That's insane.
His dining room table is thrift shop paintings with rusty tin cans around the edge, and it has resin on it like this. Mm-hmm. And I would look at the edge of the table, and this is so beautiful. It's like abalone or something, but it's rusty tin cans.
Unbelievable. So. That's so cool. And there's so many creative design elements that you've done in the bar that just push the whole space to kind of the next level. Like especially that black light painting on the back wall.
I used to go to this Thai restaurant down by the Los Angeles Farmers Market, and I don't even know if it's still there or not, but it looked like there were these windows with scenes, and they had black lights on them, and it looked like boats with lights on them and that kind of stuff. And so that's why we thought of making this scene with some tiki torches and a volcano and stuff like that with the black light, so it looks like it was lit up out there.
I think that's super, super creative, and also something that might have been done in the era, as opposed to doing something like Trader Sam's, where you have a scene in a window box and then it's all digitally animated or whatever. Mm. You know what I mean? I think it's a cool way to do that kind of Trader Sam's thing, but in the traditional way. Yeah. What's your favorite tiki bar that still exists?
Well, I mean, it's an obvious answer, but the Mai Kai.
Yeah. It's getting to be on this show where it's like I have to stop asking that question, or say you can't say the Mai Kai because it's so great.
Yeah, I want to go to Max's.
Oh yeah,
I haven't been there.
Yeah, Tiki Cat guy.
I don't know.
He bought I think it was $1 million worth of art from.
Yeah, I went to that art show.
Yeah, me too.
You went there too?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that I might have a chance to buy something. But everything was sold by the time the show opened. So.
Yeah, everything was sold from that, and then also the Bahuka. A lot of that stuff went to Pacific Seas when Bahuka closed down.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good.
If you remember the Bahuka and some of the gigantic carvings they had, they're like 10-foot tall, like giant coup tikis, now exist at Pacific Seas in Clifton's, downtown LA.
I like the Pacific Seas also.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. I'm not really much of a drinker, even though I'm drunk and have a bar in my house. But yeah. I don't know. I don't really go out to drink much. Yeah. I mean, I like Clifton's. the
Me too.
Pacific Seas. So.
Yeah.
I like the tiki tea. And I like the Tonga hut, of course.
Yep. How important do you think quality cocktails are for a tiki bar?
I think it's very important. I mean, I'm a total amateur bartender,
I know, me too.
like you.
Yeah, totally.
It's not that hard to make a good drink, I don't think.
No, follow the directions, use fresh
Yeah.
ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, this is delicious and it was super easy,
yeah,
you know?
totally.
So,
Where's your menu?
oh,
So he's taking this whole home tiki bar thing to the next level. He's got like napkins and umbrellas that are branded with his thing. And check out this menu that he made or had made. So tell me about your menu. And did Michael illustrate all that stuff?
well, I drew the drawings of the drinks.
Oh, okay.
And he colored them in, but he laid it out. He did the
logo.
logo on the
Okay.
front. I try to research tiki drinks, and I don't want to have a million ingredients all the time, you know.
So a lot of the ingredients cross over to other cocktails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try them out, and if I think they're really good, I'll serve them to friends, and if they seem to like them, then I put it on the menu.
That's so rad. What do your friends think about this who aren't in the tiki world that we are in? Do they like it? Do they get it?
Yes, most of my friends like the tiki bar.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
You know, when we first got it, there were people that said they were never going to leave and stuff like that. But
So be forewarned. If you go to a tiki bar in your house, you're gonna have people inviting themselves over.
it is funny though. Sometimes we have had people that come in and just kind of not react at all, like it's you know,
Like, oh yeah,
doesn't faze them at all.
yeah. And you're like, are you looking at what's going on here? I have that with the Breezeway sometimes too. People walk out there, and they're like, all right, and then walk back into the house. I'm like, what the hell? All right. Do you have a most valuable collectible in here? Is there something that you go, that's like the one thing?
I don't know. Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not one thing that I think is. Most of the stuff it wasn't very expensive, really, when I bought it, and
Yeah, well, you were in on it earlier too. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I was too.
when I could find things at the swap meet or antique stores, and it wasn't super expensive. But
Yeah, I love all the detail of like the secondary stuff that you don't see the first time around, like the little paintings up in the eaves and stuff. A lot of detail that, like, a lot of people wouldn't go to the distance that maybe you did.
Yeah, Michael did a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
He made this fake tapa cloth that's on the inside of the
Oh, that's
shelves.
fake?
He block printed that. He was in a band called the Tikis.
He was in a band called the Tikis?
Yeah,
Oh, rad.
he's been in this for a long time.
Yeah, I know, he was saying since the 70s or something. Crazy. Alan, thank you once again for inviting me into your home tiki bar. I really do appreciate it. And what just an incredible space you have. I really
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It was my pleasure.
And if you enjoyed this, folks, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. We really do appreciate the support, and we'll see you next time. All right? Aloha.
Cheers.
Cheers. So
You think that I'm in view?
I hope so. And damn near just one of the best. Oh my God.
I can't remember.
But
Wait, hold on.
okay.
Michael, we built the bar in 2006?
Your house is just incredible. So the theming doesn't end in the breezeway. Or oh my God. In the past, I forgot to turn on the microphone. And
Oh, really?
I go and watch the footage. Yeah, and the only audio I had was from that camera, which sounds super tinny without a microphone. Oh, so anyway, I was talking to Oceanic Arts. I was talking to Leroy Schmaltz at Oceanic.
That one's right.
Yeah, thank you. I was talking to oh my God, see? The minute you f it up, then it's a train wreck. I do want to thank you all for, I know, it's, Billy Zoom from X was like, well, that was tough to listen to. Lying. Oh, your volcano went out.
Let me put more.
What do you put in there?
Rubbing alcohol.
Oh,
It's Tiki Tony made this.
yeah, it's super cool. boiling.
Whoa.
Rad.
These are all fireproof, by the way.
What are?
This stuff.
Oh. Yeah, use your stuff. This is your show. Well, it's my show, but it's your
Cool. So I did take a cocktail making class, and he drilled into us that once the ice is in there, it's a time bomb.
I totally agree with that sentiment. Like, once there's ice in a cocktail, it's already it's diluting it.
Okay.
So from the 1930s, now we can just enjoy the cocktail and have a conversation.
Okay. So I like your YouTube videos.
Thanks.
Yeah, I like them a lot. I like that you're unpretentious. You are.
I appreciate that.
You are.
I was talking to somebody from YouTube just the other day, and I was like, I don't understand what it takes to get a channel to be big. I feel like the algorithm, blah, 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 all this stuff. And he's like, sorry, man, what's going to sell your channel is your personality. And I was like, oh, no.
Oh, well.
I guess I still have a day job. So. No, but I do appreciate that. I really do.
And you're funny, and I like your enthusiasm about all this stuff.
Thank you. I didn't pay him to say anything. I appreciate that, and I really specifically built these shows for us, for people who are entrenched in this culture, but also for people who have no idea what tiki is about or the cocktails or anything, and hopefully guide them in correctly, if I can say that without sounding arrogant. Like, because we are, the ones who have been into this for 20 years are very educated on kind of what the aesthetic is, what the whole culture is. Wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
That was just off the top of my head.
Very good.
Thanks. Alan, once again, thank you so much for Alan, thank you so much again for once again. Oh my God. See, this is what the bloopers happen at the end of the show.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well,
I think you got enough there.
I think so.
Our toast is up yours.
Succinct. Excuse me. All right, everybody hold on. Wait, is this thing recording? Okay, everybody hold on. I just learned something as we were eating this delicious butterscotch pudding. Thank you very much. Like, it's super good. I was like, so Alan, what do you do for a career? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I do, some animation. And I was like, oh, that seems specific, animation. And then he's like, yeah, I was the supervising animation director or something for SpongeBob.
Yep.
What do you mean, yup? Like, that's a giant deal. You didn't, you were like, we won't mention that. But you said that also fueled your interest in tiki.
Yeah. I mean, working on a show like SpongeBob and already having an interest in Hawaiiana and that kind of stuff. I don't know, it kind of fueled it a little bit.
So that must have been
the Hawaiian shirts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So that must have been a dream job.
It was super fun. It was the funnest job I had, really.
Yeah, and then you told me about The Simpsons.
I worked on the first 3 seasons of The Simpsons.
Not a big deal. Didn't think to mention it. The first 3 seasons of The Simpsons.
That was a fun job too.
Yeah, of course. Of course it was. So you knew about graining, right?
It was really fun to go to the gym the day after one of the episodes premiered and hear everybody at the gym talking about The Simpsons. What was it on the night before? So it was exciting.
And now I think that was a time that we might not see again, where it was everybody, the whole country was really wrapped around that kind of cultural event that was happening with The Simpsons.
Yeah, because people are watching, so many other things. It's there aren't the 3 networks anymore.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So.
Well, I just wanted to turn the camera back on because you didn't think that SpongeBob would be something that people would be interested in. I think that's so impressive. And so, yeah, wanted to share that.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. Thanks for the pudding.
Sure.
Now we're done.
Nah.